Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're digging into one of the most complex and, frankly, most mysterious online groups I've ever come across. It's a gamified society known simply as the community.
So let me just start by asking you this. What if your life was a video game? And I mean everything, from making your bed in the morning to launching a business. What if every single action earned you points in some huge real-life game? Well, that's pretty much the core idea driving the community.
And believe me, this isn't just a metaphor they throw around. For the members of the community, it is a real, meticulously designed system. So let's take a look at how they manage to gamify, well, pretty much everything. Okay, so the entire system runs on a currency called focus points, or FP for short. Now, this is absolutely crucial to understand, and their own documents say this loud and clear. This is not real money. You should think of it more like a score for your life's effort, for your contribution to their society. This right here is a perfect example of their whole philosophy. You take a simple act, something tiny like sending a good morning message, and you reframe it. It becomes a daily quest. And notice the reward. It's not points, it's discipline. It's all about turning every single action into a tool for self-improvement.
The sheer scale of these quests is kind of mind-blowing. I mean, you can earn thousands of points for something highly skilled, like designing a video game, but you can also get points for repairing a car or even for just accepting a random marketing call. It really shows how everything, from the highly creative to the ridiculously mundane, is given some kind of value in their system.
But you know, earning points is really just the beginning. All those points you're collecting, they all feed into this incredibly complex social hierarchy. Gaining FP lets you climb a very, very real ladder of power. Everybody starts out as a peasant with just 50 FP to their name. But from there, you can climb the ranks to commoner, then prefect, then courtier, all the way up to this really enigmatic group called the High Tribunal, who are apparently tasked with maintaining the cosmic balance of the entire system. So here's the deal. The difference in power is staggering. A peasant has some basic access, right? But a courtier? Whoa. They have to maintain a balance of 30,000 FP every month. They can propose actual laws, give assignments to lower-ranking members, and, get this, they can even execute members, which basically means banning them from the community for good. And that power isn't just for show. It's not abstract. As you rank up, you unlock tangible commands within their system. A commoner can make new quests. A prefect can assign them to people. But just look at the court and the High Tribunal. They unlock commands like subjugate, shun, and tax. These are tools that directly impact other players' entire experience. And just when you think you've got your head around it, you find out there's another layer. If a gamified social structure wasn't enough, there's a full-blown political system running underneath it all. Members can join one of 3 political factions, which they call orders. You've got Michael's Order, which is all about tradition and family legacy. Then there's Napoleon's Order, which is driven by pure power and ambition. And finally, you have Lancelot's Order, which champions things like service, loyalty, and morality. So these orders are all competing for influence, and they do it using a resource called political presence. It's generated from the combined power stat of an order's members. So the stronger your individual members are, the more political muscle your entire faction has to push for new laws and really shape the community. And yeah, that political maneuvering can get pretty intense. The ultimate power play they have is something called subjugation. It's essentially a hostile takeover of a rival family, or as they call it, a bloodline, inside the game. And this is a super high-stakes, multi-phase process. It involves comparing stats like FP, charisma, and power. If you actually succeed, you become an overlord, and you absorb the rival family's power. But if you fail, the consequences are severe. We're talking public humiliation and getting demoted all the way back down to prefect. All right, now we get to the deepest and maybe the most fascinating layer of the community. This is the core ideology that holds this entire system together. It's what they actually call their operating system of belief. This one quote, right from their own documents, is the key to understanding everything: the probability paradox mandate. They operate on the principle that collective belief, when it's focused through their system, can literally alter reality. Their entire society is basically governed by 2 main rules.
First is the divine mandate, which ties the community to divine service under the authority of Jesus Christ. And the second is that probability paradox, which says that all their focused actions, all that stuff measured in FP, actually shapes their world.
And this whole ideology is laid out in their foundational text, a book called The Word. And this is where things get really, really unique. It's not just some religious text or book of philosophy,
Because when you look inside the Word, you find stuff you would just never expect. There are chapters on the history of the Roman Empire, sitting right next to detailed practical instructions on how to make penicillin from mold, how to find water in the wild, and even beekeeping. It's part history, part mythology, and part post-apocalyptic survival guide.
So, you've got a gamified life, a political system, a reality-bending ideology. You have to wonder, what's it all for? What's the point? Well, it all builds towards one final piece of this puzzle, a grand, cosmic prophecy.
Their own official history is split into 3 eras. There's Ante-Sorgo, which is the past, where all the foundations were laid. There's Sorgo, which is the present, the ongoing journey of all the members. And then there's Post-Sorgo, this prophesied future of enlightenment and ascension.
And this is where you see the true scale of their ambition. According to their own lore, the end game is the completion of a great awakening. This is a future world where they believe people will resist government propaganda, money will cease to exist, their community app will be live globally, and the founders will finally fulfill their cosmic role.
Which, of course, leaves us with the ultimate question. After peeling back all these layers, what exactly is the community? Is it an incredibly intricate online RPG? Is it a radical social experiment, pushing the limits of human motivation? Or, as their own text suggests, is it the actual blueprint for a new reality? That's for you to decide.